Hey, how are you, Michael?
Yes.
Hey, Michael, this is with. Are you familiar with Michael?
Nope.
Oh, that's totally okay. A lot of people actually know us because of our work that we did with Realtor.com. We help companies scale their business and increase their conversion rates. Of course, I came across salesperson.com. Just felt like there were a few ways that we could definitely help out and integrate with you guys. Want to be respectful of your time, though, Michael. So, if I could just give you a quick 30-second overview of what we do, and if that interests you, we can always set up another time to talk. If not, I let you go. How does that sound?
Okay.
Okay, great. That is your website, correct? Salescriptor.com?
Yep.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Just a couple of things just for context. When it comes to the actual software, do you use your own engineering team or do you sometimes outsource for that?
We work with an agency.
Is there any kind of specific challenges that you're kind of coming across? Maybe user conversion, maybe UI UX of the platform, maybe functionalities of any kind.
Just normal stuff. I mean, always wanting to improve those areas, but nothing.
Sure.
Nothing in particular.
Yeah, and how long would you say you guys have been up and running?
About 13 years.
Wow, that's quite a while. That's great. No, that's awesome. And in a perfect world, right? I know you're dealing with kind of a software agency for your back end work. If you had infinite time and resources, right? Anything comes top to mind that you would want to kind of tackle right away?
Nothing comes to mind.
Okay, I got you. Well, look, either way, right? I'm actually really glad that I reached out because, Michael, we actually talked to a lot of companies that are very similarly set up where it's a sales kind of CRM platform type of situation. And when we introduce them to, just opens their eyes to how much more productive and profitable that their websites and programs can actually become. So I'll just jump right in. I think you'll be really impressed, Mike. So essentially, we help companies like yours. We provide them with a team of highly experienced developers, designers, and data analysts who work on, right? So, Michael, look, that's just a quick overview. There's actually a lot more that we actually do. And like I mentioned, I want to be respectful of your time. So let's do this. Let's set up a time when you can just be in front of your computer. I can walk you through just a quick demo of our platform. When's a good time? 15 to 20 minutes. You have maybe later today or tomorrow?
No, thank you. We're really happy with our agency and not looking to make any changes right now.
No, I totally understand. Most of the customers that we work with, initially they had a good system in place that they were happy with, but kind of when they saw our platform in comparison, they were blown away, right? So as I mentioned earlier, you don't need to make any decisions or changes. That's not what I'm asking here. It's just an opportunity to set up a time just to show you exactly what we do. And there's absolutely no downside to you just on being more educated, making a more educated decision, and just taking a look at maybe a more affordable option. It's a free demo. Very minimum, you'll just see why a lot of other sales scripting kind of companies have switched to us. So, just a quick, 15 to 20 minute demo. When would be a good time?
I don't have time in my schedule for that.
I hear you. I mean, is there maybe someone else within the company that can make a decision on something like this, or is that just you?
I'm the person that would be involved in that.
Okay, I got you. Okay, well, I can always try back in a month or so.
It'll probably be the same thing in a month, but you're welcome to call back.
Sounds great. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
You. Bye.
This salesperson actually did a lot of really good things on this cold call. He opened the call by name dropping a previous customer and then shared his value proposition. He confirmed availability with the prospect to buy a window of time for him to work with. And the overall structure of the cold call was really good, with him focusing primarily the first half of the cold call on the prospect by asking questions and learning about the prospect prospect and then transition to talking about him and how he can help. And then he tried to close the prospect, not trying to close the prospect for the purchase of the product by seeing if the prospect wants or needs or is interested in what he's selling. He focused on closing for the next step in his sales process, which is showing a demo of his platform or his solution. But the real area for improvement for this salesperson is with the questions that he asked when he was trying to learn and gather information about the prospect. Because yes, one of the good things he did was make the first half of the cold call about the prospect by asking questions, but the questions he asked were almost a waste of time and did not help to position him for success when he progressed to talk about his product and solution and then go for the close. What you want to do is you want to optimize your questions so that they are very efficient at finding the pain and challenges your prospect is having. And then when you uncover those needs, you can then introduce the product or service you sell as a solution to those needs. This puts you in a much better position to close the prospect on simply talking more and having a longer conversation. And the great thing about this is that fixing this area for this salesperson is extremely easy. All we have to do is make a list of the pain points or challenges his product or service can help to solve. And once we have that list, we can then create a question or two for each pain point that can be asked to see how the prospect is doing in that particular area, and that will give us a list of pain questions. These pain questions will be very efficient at seeing how the prospect is doing in the area where we can help and finding out if they have the problems we can help to solve. And when we identify that the prospect has these challenges, it will greatly improve the portion of the cold call where you introduce your product and service and make the close of the prospect much easier. And if you like that approach or that tip and you want to create pain questions for the product or service you sell, we actually have a step-by-step process that will help you to create an optimum set of things to say and ask for the product or service you sell. And I'll put a link to a video that will take you through this step-by-step process. But if you're looking at all of this and thinking, I don't know if I can go through this and create this for my product or service, or if you're simply thinking, I don't have the time or energy to go through this process, the really cool thing is that we actually have an AI tool that will create all of this for you in a matter of seconds. In Sales Scripter, all you have to do is insert the product or service you sell and specify the target audience you're communicating with. And what will happen is the software will communicate with ChatGPT and go through each of our sales message brainstorming steps and use ChatGPT to do all of the sales copywriting to create an optimum set of things to say and ask for your product or service. And it'll create your product features, the differentiation, the value points, the pain points, pain questions, and current state questions. So this process in a matter of seconds will create all of your different building blocks, and then you can mix and match those building blocks to create a variety of different cold call scripts, appointment scripts, email messages, voicemail messages, objection responses, and more. And that's actually how our software works, because once you have your sales message and building blocks in the software then can mix and match those to provide a whole library of documents, including cold call scripts that outline your different blocks so that you can easily see what to say and ask when you're talking with prospects on a cold call. So hopefully there's a tip or two in there that can help you to improve your cold calls. If you have questions or you want more information, the best place to go is salescripter.com. Thanks for being here. Hope this was helpful, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.